Chris Brown. You may remember that Karrueche, his ex-girlfriend, made a lot of shocking claims that he has brutalized her, throwing her downstairs, punching her in the stomach, but also threatening to kill her if she was with another guy, because if he couldn't have her, nobody could. Those were her claims.
Yeah.
She filed for a restraining order. The thing about a restraining order is you got to serve the other person in order to go to court and actually get the order. Problem is, he's dodged her and dodged the process server.
He dodged multiple times, but guess what? On his birthday today, he got served. So we're told that he got served early in the morning in Houston at Groves. It's a big nightclub where he is hosting for his birthday bash.
And so they had a process server outside there, which is really the smartest thing in the world. It's when he's walking out interacting with fans thinking, oh, everybody wants me to sign autographs, and some guy had a piece of paper and it wasn't an autograph seeker.
It was actually the paper for Karrueche and also her friend Jay Ryan. So basically the situation is Chris Brown now has to go to court, we're told later this month, and he has to face a lot of things can come out about this. This is what's pretty scary, is because obviously Karrueche has a lot of evidence to present. If Chris Brown doesn't just accept a restraining order, then it can get really messy.
You know, it's so funny. Remember back with Rihanna, people were always saying, he's just a young guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were using that almost as an excuse.
Right, that he was young and he made a mistake and that he learned from his mistake.
He's 28.
Yeah, we're inching up on, you know, Chris Brown's.
He is 28 years old.
30's door down here, man. You'd think if the guy had learned some lessons, if he was gonna kind of shape up, that it would happen now. And it's easy to kind of get down on Chris Brown and stuff like that. I feel like he's an easy target sometimes, but he doesn't make it easy for himself. He acts crazy.
I will say this, I've talked to people in his camp who have told me they think this is all BS. But I have trouble believing that Karrueche, why would she make this up to deal with him again?
I know people also close to Karrueche, and I can tell you that she has a lot of different things on him that he has honestly been tormenting her for several years now, and she really is just sick of it.
I mean, listen, I don't know whether these claims are true or not, like one person's word against the other, but what I do know is, coming out of the relationship, she didn't initially say this. It seems like she waited until an actual breaking point actually occurred to do this. Maybe she thought things were gonna change and they didn't, and then she went forward with something. Right. So it seems as if there might be something there.
Garrett Williams from Washington, D.C. It is a shame to see Chris caught up in some things like this again. The actual service is kind of reminiscent of Frank Lucas from American Gangster getting caught, you know, by the cops at the least opportune time when he was getting married. But, you know, Chris has a track record of this. But at the same token, or by the same token, I think if Karrueche was in fact thrown down some steps and or brutalized by him, I think she would have called the police at that time.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, there are a lot of women who will protect the guy, and especially, you know, remember when, I believe, when this allegedly happened, he was still on probation in the Rihanna case, so it would have sent him to prison, and there's a lot of pressure on people in situations like that. Again, I'm not saying it happened or didn't, but there are reasons people wouldn't. Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.